Hello, everyone. Welcome back to a tier list. This time, we are going to be doing every Marvel Cinematic Universe movie and show. This does not include the non-Disney Plus shows, so like Jessica Jones, Agents of Shield, Agent Carter, aren't technically MCU shows because they've come out and said that they're like that's a whole different thing. I know the Daredevil character shows up in something, so he might be. I guess he might be canon, but um, until then, like for some reason, yeah, like Agent Carter doesn't make sense not being canon. But I swear, Kevin Feige has come out and said that the shows that weren't on Disney Plus are not canon. But it's everything but those. So first of all, just to get it out of the way, I haven't seen the the most recent three TV shows, Hawkeye, What If, and Moon Knight yet. I need to. I'm a little bit behind on the shows. I have seen everything else, all of the movies, and this is in chronological order as well. Uh, I'm gonna start with the TV shows actually. I think so. WandaVision, which is here. I actually had a lot of fun with this show. Oh my gosh, it was all over the place, but I love it. I have to give it an A. That was a really fun show. Um, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, another really good one. I don't think I enjoyed it quite as much as WandaVision. I'm gonna give it a B. I still think it was solid. Loki. This is a tough one. Yeah, I think I have to give Loki an S. I, that show is incredible. Like, and I'm glad that they're continuing it. They're gonna do another season. Great stuff. All right, here we go. The actual movies now. Oh boy, this will be fun. Let's see. Let's see here. Okay, Iron Man, the first Iron Man, the first MCU movie, kickstarted it all. I don't think there's going to be an F. I want you all to know, because I've watched all of these at least once, most of them twice. I think the only ones I haven't seen twice are the Spider-Mans, Eternal, Shang-Chi, Black Widow, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Infinity War, I think I only saw once, Ragnarok, Guardians 2. I don't know, whatever. Anyway, let's just get Iron Man. Great movie. That first Iron Man is a really important movie for this. Wow. Honestly, I'm not really gonna. I might rank the movies by how much I like them in the tiers, but like, you can't really compare the TV shows to the movies because they're so drastically different. Um, I think I have to give Iron Man 1 an A. It's just so iconic. Yeah, one of the perfect castings in cinema, I think, for Robert Downey Jr. All right, The Hulk with Edward Norton. The only thing he ever did as the Hulk. Really not as bad as everybody says it is. I have seen it again recently. It's not terrible. Although compared to everything else, I think I have to put it in C. Um, I wish they would do a Mark Ruffalo Hulk, but because he's perfect as Bruce Banner. He really is. Okay, here we go. The disappointing sequels to Iron Man. Iron Man 2. Not as good as Iron Man 1. Again, not as bad on a second watch. But not perfect. I'm going to give it a C as well. It's still fun, but it's not great. The first Thor. Okay. Not that bad. Again, one that kind of bored me the first time I saw it, but upon second watch, it's not terrible. Um, very high C for Thor 1, I think. I don't think I want to put it in B. The first Avenger, I'm just going to say right now, Captain America as a trilogy of movies, is the best trilogy of movies of an individual character. A tier. Like, high A tier, for sure. Okay, the first Avengers. That's gonna go A as well, I think. Because just everything about that, with the first bit of team-ups with everybody, it's so good. So much fun. Alrighty, here we go. Iron Man 3, the movie where barely anything actually happens. I mean, yeah, stuff happens, but, like, when it comes to pushing the plot, the whole plot forward of the universe, not much really happens. Again, on second watch, not terrible. I'm going to put it below Iron Man 2, not in B, but I don't think I give it a D tier. It's very close, though. Now, when it comes to D tier, this is probably going to be the only one in it. Thor: The Dark World is just not great. It's fun. There are bits and pieces of the movie that are fun, but it's just like the villain's a waste, and it's just not... It's just kind of dumb. The whole thing's kind of dumb, but it's still got some entertaining moments. But overall, it's probably the worst MCU movie, honestly. Alright, Captain America Winter Soldier. This might ruffle some feathers, but that movie was incredible. It, like, the first time I saw it, I was like, holy crap, that was a great movie. And I don't say that often. Like, everything about it with everything. I don't want to... I'm trying not to spoil without, you know, saying a lot about what happens in all these movies. But that's one of my favorite movies in this universe. That being said, this might be my favorite. The first Guardians of the Galaxy came out of literally nowhere. I didn't know what I was getting into. The only character I knew of was Rocket Raccoon because I had played Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Blew everything out of the water. The movie's hilarious. I could watch this movie. I wouldn't say multiple times a day, but I could watch it consistently over and over again. It's just that much fun. Okay, the second Avengers movie, Age of Ultron. Probably the weakest of the Avengers movies, but still entertaining enough for me to put in B. It'll be our first B movie. Still solid. There's some bits and pieces that are good, but like, I don't know how to explain it. It's just not as good as the other ones. Okay. Ant-Man. Probably a bit of a controversial opinion here, because I've read a lot of things that people aren't huge on the Ant-Man movies, but Paul Rudd is one of my favorite actors. When he was announced as Scott Lang / Ant-Man, I was ecstatic. Ant-Man 1 is going to get a very high A. I'm not going to give it an S because it's not on these levels, but it's close. I might actually put it above the first Cap. No, I don't think I can. Cap 1 is so good, too. It's really close. Yeah, I think that'll do, yeah. Okay, then we have the third Captain America. As I said, the best trilogy. This is a really hard one, because this is kind of Avengers 1.5, or Avengers 2.5. It would be 2.5, because it's basically a giant team-up movie. You know, part of me does want to give this S because it's like the first appearance of Black Panther and Spider-Man in the MCU, but you know what? Yeah, I just really enjoy Civil War, okay? I think I have to give it S. I'll put it right there. Probably. Okay. This one's an interesting one, because Doctor Strange, I really liked Benedict Cumberbatch as an actor, and I was really happy when he got picked for this role. However, when I watched this movie the first time, I was like, well, that just feels like setup, because people didn't really know this character, which I didn't really know the character too much, but it was just like, oh, let's take a huge villain in the Marvel Universe and just make it this thing that just gets stuck in a time loop. I was kind of disappointed. But after watching it again and seeing the character in other movies, this movie has grown on me a lot. I'm going to put it B. It's still pretty good. I'm really excited for the newest one, for Multiverse of Madness, which I think is technically out now, but I haven't seen it yet. It's the only one that's not on here. I've seen all of the other movies, at least. Okay, Guardians 2. This is a really hard one to judge because I think it's got more humor in it, but I don't like the movie as much as the first one. Probably because just the timing of when I saw the first one and what I knew about the characters, which was nothing. I just don't enjoy the second one as much. But I'm still gonna give it an A because it's very good. It's still fun, and I love the characters. Okay, Spider-Man Homecoming, the first solo Spider-Man with Tom Holland. This was really solid, honestly. Another really solid trilogy. I might give this one, I think I'll give this one a high B. I don't think it's the best out of the Spider-Man movies, but it's still really good. And then what I call the improvement of the universe, Thor Ragnarok is just fun and hilarious. It's gonna get a really high A, like up here. I'm not gonna give it an S, but it's really close. Like these three could all be S tier if on any given day, as well as this next one, Black Panther. Oh my lord, this is another one I might have to do it. Just what this movie did and everything and the villain and another probably controversial one because it's like, oh, it's the black lead and oh, Chadwick's dead. You're doing it because the main character's dead, but I don't care. This is one of the best MCU movies. I'm going to give it an S tier. I adore this movie so much. Yeah, it's very good. I'll probably put it in that order, really. Yeah, sorry if you don't like that movie, but I disagree. And there's going to be some other ones on here that people are like, oh, I've read a lot of really negative reviews towards a lot of the later stuff, but we'll see here. Okay, next up, the first of the two-parter, Avengers Infinity War. Am I going to do it with both of them is the question. Because Infinity War is amazing. Yeah, I'm going to do it. S tier. I love this movie. I don't know what else I can say about it. Okay, the second Ant-Man movie, Ant-Man and the Wasp. You know, having watched both of them, I would say they're about the same, but I think looking back, I do like the first one slightly better. But I still want to put it A because I just love Paul Rudd too much. Actually, yeah, I think I can do this. I'll put it in a high B. Yeah, I think that's fair. I think that's just fair because that doesn't mean it's terrible. Okay, here's a controversial one. Captain Marvel. A lot of people didn't like this movie because a lot of people don't like Brie Larson's opinions, which for some reason affects how a movie is, which doesn't make sense. I think it's solid. I don't think it's nearly the best MCU movie. I'm going to put it at C, but it's probably the very high end of C. It's good, and I've seen it twice, but I would definitely put it middle of the pack. It's better than these, but I don't think it's as good as these. Okay, Avengers Endgame. A lot of people didn't like Endgame as compared to Infinity War. I actually liked it a little bit better. I'm going to put it probably here. I think it's really hard to organize all of these, but Infinity War just that just felt to me like how you sum up, what was it, a decade, 15 years of a cinematic universe, how to close the first major arc. I just love that movie. It's so good. I cried multiple times, okay? I'm not ashamed to admit that, but it was great. It was great. Okay, moving on to post-Endgame movies. Far From Home. I like it better than Homecoming. I'm going to give it a low A. Probably somewhere around here, I would say. Very, very good. I actually really did like it a lot. Black Widow, I feel like if it had come out before Infinity War slash Endgame, probably people would have received it a lot better, but it came out after. And if you've seen the movies, you know why that's the case, or why it's not as well received. I still enjoyed it, though. More than, yeah, I would say low B, honestly. Like, I probably enjoyed it, yeah, for sure. Oh, here we go, Shang-Chi. This movie's great. I'm gonna put it low A. It's like borderline B. It might be here. No, I'd put it on par with Iron Man 1. Yeah. Low A. Very good. I loved this movie. Yeah. Great movie. And here's another controversial one. People didn't like the Eternals. Yeah, there's a lot of characters, but I really enjoyed it. Which one did I like more? Yeah. This is really hard because I could go low A or high B for Eternals. I'll go low A again. It was just fun. I had a lot of fun with that movie, honestly. It was solid, and I do want to see what they're going to do with the characters next. So, and then finally, Spider-Man No Way Home, the first of the multiversal movies. I loved this movie. It's probably the best out of all of the Spider-Mans. I don't think I can give it an S. Or can I? Yeah, it's gonna be like, this is tough. I think I'm gonna put it above. It could go anywhere from the highest of the A's to the lowest of the S's. It's like a rate in that. Um, yeah, I'm gonna give it an S because I enjoyed it a lot. Great movie. I loved it so much. All of the stuff that happens, just great, great stuff. But there you are, my official Marvel Cinematic Universe tier list as of right now. Maybe in the future, when it ends, or in a couple years, they'll do it again, and I'll have seen What If, Hawkeye, and Moon Knight, and there'll be like 80 more movies out, so I can rank more. But that's it for today. If you disagree or agree, put it in the comments. I want to hear what you guys have to say. Till next time, later.